The secret number two for me, my scaling from zero to over $100 million worth of commercial properties is one of my favorite sayings. Hang out with winners so your wins don't sound like you're bragging, right? So what does that mean? You know, sometimes you're hanging out with, your friends, or you're hanging out with family, and maybe you have a big announcement, right? Maybe you close a large project, or maybe you flipped your first house and you made 20 grand, right? When maybe you're making 50 grand a year. Man, that's a third of your salary, right? A little bit over a third of your salary. That's a great news. And everybody else in your family makes 40 to 60K. So then they might not be able to relate, right? They might not be like, oh, okay, you made 20K just like that, right? And you can, right? You can make that money. Or what if you made 200,000? What if you made $2 million, right? So sometimes you gotta kind of watch out when you say, or what you say and when you say it, and around who. You wanna make sure you're in the right place, right? To say, hey, your big wins. Because unfortunately, sometimes people with your same last name are the ones that'll pull you down. And fortunately, for some of us that have people with the same last name that push us up and pull us up and encourage us, that's a bonus, right? So some folks don't have that. Some people do, right? Your family members might be the first ones to pull you down, or hopefully you have the ones that pull you up right away or encourage you to do bigger and better things, okay? So hang out with winners so your wins don't sound like you're bragging. And I'll give you an example. I was at a mastermind a few years back, and I wasn't raising a lot of money for projects, and this guy, we went out to pick everybody breakfast. We got up early, and we went to grab breakfast, bought breakfast for everybody. We were staying at a nice house in Charleston, and we came back with, food for everybody. And we were chatting as we were waiting for our food. He said, yeah, one of the guys here in the mastermind needed about $2 million. I made a couple of calls, and, I was able to get the money like in an hour. I'm sitting there like, holy shit, you raised $2 million in an hour. For me, that was like, wow, like the most I've ever raised at one time was like 500K, at that point, right? Maybe 700,000, and it probably took me a few weeks, and he did it in an hour. So in a way, yes, I was envious, but in a good way, right? Not like jealous, like, man, this sucks. I hope you burn. I hope everything doesn't go well, or, you fail. No, in a way, I'm like, man, I want to be able to do that. So I had a conversation. How'd you do it? Who you talk to, what it is. And he just kind of told me the story of how he was able to get those $2 million. If you want stories like that, go find a mastermind to join, because that was, for me, that was worth a lot for me, because I used that strategy when I went to raise more money, right? In the future, when I raised larger chunks of money. So, for me, he wasn't bragging, right? He was just having a normal day at work, right? It's like you go to work, right? And you're like, yeah, today, you're an accountant. We finished 22 tax returns, and you're like high-fiving everybody, right? Like who cares, right? It's just, you did 22 tax returns. You went to work, right? Maybe you're a school teacher. Like, yeah, today I taught 25 kids all day. Okay, you don't give anybody high fives for that. That's just a normal day of work, right? He raised $2 million one day, and that's just a normal day of work for him, right? So that's kind of, it's all, it's not much different of what everybody does at work. But for me, being there, I saw that as helping me level up, right? Like, man, he can do it. He's a normal guy, nothing different than me, just does certain things different, and he hangs out with different people. So I was able to take that and just use that for my own business, and I share it also with other folks in the $1 billion boardroom in my mastermind that my wife and I host. We always talk about raising capital and kind of tips and tricks of the trade. But hang out with winners so your wins don't sound like you're bragging. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Follow me on my other social media. I have Instagram, I got TikTok. Check out my website, javierhinojo.com. It'll be below on the video. I have a lot of things there for you. I have free calculators. I have meetups. I have live meetups. I have virtual meetups. I have a lot of information there, a lot of free tools for you guys to get started or to continue your real estate career. Check out the website and follow me in my other social media. Talk to you soon.